And so when it comes to something that's difficult, something that's a little more arduous, we throw in the towel because, we're fine with being average, but deep in our heart, there's this rage going on that says, be more Gentlemen, than average. What's going on? Who the hell are you? Where do you want to go? What are you doing to get there? How much time are you putting in? I think if we were honest in answering these questions, myself included, we would have kind of very vague general ideas. Well, I kind of want to do this. I'd like to be that. This is kind of the direction I want to go. How much time am I putting in? Well, not much. And I'm not really doing anything specific to get there. I'm kind of a dreamer. We may have this big, far-off, vague goal, and maybe every once in a while we might do a sit-up or a push-up, or we might read a page of a book of how to invest or become financially free. But we're really not putting in a lot of time. We really don't have any big specific target that we're aiming at. Yet we wonder why we're not where we would like to be, why our finances don't reflect those dreams, why our body doesn't reflect the ideal image that we have of ourselves, why our relationships, why our life overall is shit, is because we don't have a specific goal. I've been the biggest procrastinator, the biggest dreamer. I've dreamed of having this, of being that, of accomplishing that, believing that I have the capability to achieve it, but never really mixing that with actions. I've kind of been this lazy asshole bum, a big dreamer without putting any work. We want to become free men. We don't want to be conditioned by the narrative of society that you become a doctor, you become a lawyer, you go to work in a factory, you become a wage slave, you become just another sheep in the system. We're waking up, we want freedom, we want to create our own life. That's the very nature of men. We see all these men throughout ages going through midlife crisis in the modern age because they're not being fulfilled. They're not living out their potential. They're not living out that dream that we all have in our head, in our hearts, in our very nature. We as men want to be free. We want to own our own life. We want to find conquests and go conquer them, not to be a wage slave in the system that benefits somebody else and not us. So it's time that we start deciding, who the hell do I want to be? I want to be this. So what actions does it require to get there? And then we start taking the damn actions. How often are we doing the damn thing? Literally, if you want to shoot a target with a bow and arrow, you have a target. And then you start shooting. You take that action. And you're not going to hit the bull's eye the first time. You're not going to hit it every time. You're not going to be that damn good when you first start. So you keep showing up. Why? Because you have a desire to hit the bullseye. You have a desire to be the best. So who the hell do you want to be? What's your target? What's that dream? We've all had those dreams. We all have that thing in our head that when we're lying in bed at night, we're thinking, damn, I wish I looked like this. I wish my life looked like this. We have those things that we daydreamed in the office hours during work when we hate the job that we're at. I wish I was in this position. I wish I was doing this. We all have those things, man. Why don't we start putting in the work? And there's a number of excuses why. Well, I have a family. Well, I have this. I have to do this. Yeah, you have to do a bunch of shit. But you know what you get to do? You get to take the actions that remove you from the slavery, the prison that you've built by yourself, that's been built by others, and that we've kind of accepted. And we shut the door and lock ourselves in each day. We want to be free. I want to be free, so I've got to have a target. I set my target. I start taking actions to get there. No excuses, because there's always going to be reasons why you can't do something. And then I put in the time. I put in the time day in and day out. Any successful person that I've listened to, any book that I've read, anybody that I know, they had a target. And they set themselves apart from everybody else. Not everybody else had that dream. That was something that kind of made them stand out. Then they put in the action, and they did that week after week, year after year, and they're successful. They just had something different. They showed up. They put in the work. It's not rocket science. Set a damn goal. Put in the work. Take the actions to get there. Do that over a repeated time, and eventually you're going to get there. How do you eat an elephant? One damn bite at a time. So have a big-ass dream. Start taking small actions, and then bigger actions, and keep doing that shit, and you get there. You want to be financially free. You want a better body. You want a better life. Set a damn goal. Take the actions to get there, and no excuses. We live in an instant gratification culture. And that's our biggest fault. That's our biggest flaw, is that we want it now, because we can push a button, get something delivered to our house. We can go to a fast food restaurant and get food now and get that little dopamine fix. We can scroll through social media and dopamine. And so when it comes to something that's difficult, something that's a little more arduous, we throw in the towel because, we're fine with being average. But deep in our heart, there's this rage going on that says, be more than average. That's the nature of man, to be more, to be competitive, to be better. So set a damn target, start taking the action to get there, repeat those actions until you get there, and then reach new levels. Higher and higher, that's the aim. That's where we're directing that very nature within us that says, be more. We don't want to die of a heart attack in the milk lane at the grocery store because we're thinking, shit, I hate my life. Let's go live our lives before we die and have those regrets flowing through our head as we take our last breath. I don't want to be that guy. Love and respect, gentlemen. You guys will hear from me next episode.